Hello and welcome to today's video where we'll be discussing everything you need to know about Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was born into slavery in Maryland in the early 1820s. She was one of 11 children and was raised on a plantation where she was subjected to brutal treatment from slave owners. Despite the harsh conditions she faced, she was known for her intelligence, bravery, and determination. Growing up, Harriet suffered from a severe head injury after being hit with a heavy weight. This injury caused her to experience seizures and blackouts throughout her life. Despite her physical challenges, she was a hard worker and was often rented out to other plantations to perform dangerous and physically demanding work. Despite the difficult circumstances she faced, Harriet never lost her spirit or her hope for a better life. She was deeply religious and found comfort in her faith, which gave her the strength to endure even the most difficult times. In 1849, after several failed attempts, Harriet finally made the dangerous decision to escape from slavery and flee to the north. She was determined to be free and was willing to risk her life to make that a reality. After successfully reaching the north, she dedicated her life to helping other enslaved people escape to freedom. The Underground Railroad was a network of secret routes and safe houses that helped escaped slaves reach freedom in the North or Canada. It was not an actual railroad, but rather a metaphorical term used to describe the system. Harriet Tubman was a conductor on the Underground Railroad, leading escaped slaves from the South to freedom in the North. Her bravery and determination earned her the nickname Moses among those she helped. She made over 13 missions, helping over 70 people escape to freedom. The Underground Railroad was a dangerous and often life-threatening journey for those who used it. Escaped slaves had to travel at night and hide during the day, as the punishment for being caught was severe. The network was also constantly under threat from slave catchers, who would try to capture escaped slaves and return them to their owners. Despite the risks, Harriet never hesitated in her commitment to helping others escape to freedom. The Underground Railroad was an important part of the larger struggle for freedom and equality in the United States. It showed the courage and determination of enslaved people who were willing to risk their lives for the chance at a better future. Harriet Tubman's role as a conductor on the Underground Railroad cemented her place as a hero and an inspiration to all who strive for a better world. During the Civil War, Harriet Tubman worked as a nurse, cook, and spy for the Union Army. She was a valuable asset to the Army, using her knowledge of the terrain and her skills as a spy to gather information and support Union troops. She also served as a nurse, tending to wounded soldiers and using her own resources to purchase supplies for the Army. After the war, Harriet continued to be an advocate for civil rights, women's suffrage, and other causes she was passionate about. She was an early supporter of women's suffrage, and her activism and public speaking helped raise awareness of the issue. She also spoke out against discrimination and advocated for the rights of African Americans and women. In her later years, Harriet lived in Auburn, New York, where she opened a home for the elderly and for those in need. She continued to be a vocal advocate for freedom and equality until her death in 1913. Harriet Tubman's legacy extends far beyond her work on the Underground Railroad and during the Civil War. She was a trailblazer who paved the way for future generations of activists and fighters for justice. Her life and her work continue to inspire people around the world who are working to create a better, more just society. Harriet Tubman's legacy is one of courage, determination, and selflessness. Her tireless efforts to help enslaved people escape to freedom, her bravery during the Civil War, and her ongoing activism for justice and equality have earned her a place in history as a true hero. Today, Harriet Tubman is widely recognized as a symbol of strength, courage, and freedom. Her legacy continues to inspire people of all ages and backgrounds to fight for what they believe in and to stand up for the rights of others. Her impact is also recognized by the United States government. In 2020, it was announced that Harriet Tubman would be the new face of the $20 bill, making her the first African American and the first woman to appear on U.S. paper currency. This historic move serves as a reminder of her impact and her lasting legacy. Harriet Tubman's work and her spirit continue to inspire activists and fighters for justice around the world. Her unwavering commitment to freedom, equality, and human dignity has left a lasting impact on our world, and she remains a symbol of hope and inspiration to this day. And there you have it, everything you need to know about Harriet Tubman. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about this remarkable woman. Until next time, stay curious.